and all that wonderfulness. So let's just start off with a nice, simple icebreaker question, and then, we're already well acquainted, MB and I. We've been hanging out every now and then in a certain server that's very fun for us VTubers. But here on the show, let's run through the usuals. MB, your favorite color and why?
Honestly, it's always a toss-up. I kind of mix it up a little bit here and there, but it's usually either purple or magenta.
Ooh.
This time I'm gonna say purple.
Purple
Can
looks
you
good.
tell?
Yeah, it looks great on you too. Any particular reason why, or it's just your favorite color and you just know it is one of those?
I mean, I've had a lot of because you change as a kid, you change your favorite color over and over again. Blue is great. Red's great. Like, I think there's a short time where I liked green, but honestly, that was not a long section of my life. But, honestly, I just kind of like purple. It's a very strange color, because, it's not one that really... It's a strange one on the color wheel as well. Like, if you look at different color areas, because it's not one that is very easy to create with light. Without creating purple LEDs. Like, if you combine red and blue LEDs, you don't necessarily get purple as easily. I don't know. It's a very strange color. So I kind of like it. It's a very gender neutral color. There's there's not a lot of shades of purple that are very masculine or feminine. It can kind of be accepted either way. Though, to be honest, magenta is similar. It's just kind of it's a more reddish pink. So I don't know. It's that one just kind of, it's a color that when I look at it, I can't look away a lot of the time. So
those are good reasons, and I agree. Purple is a very nice color, and a very strange one indeed. I know what you mean. It's got a nice mystique to it, I must say.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very it works with a lot of things too. But it doesn't work with a lot of things.
I think that helps though, right? You're not saying that works with everything. It allows you to pick and choose a little easier. Sometimes less options is better.
And you can do a lot with purple. Like, you can get some grayish purples that are
true.
That are really nice, or you could go with stuff that's more towards blue into more indigo, or you could go really red, and that's kind of where the indigo lives, or the magenta lives, sorry, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we'll take this moment right here before we move to the next question to acknowledge chat. Anatis says, chat, he only hang with MB on the server. Jeep hangs out with me in my DM. It's true.
True.
Anatis and I do chat from time to time. She's very awesome. She's very sweet. She shares hilarious videos with me. And yep, she's laughing it up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She's good like that. She got a good sense of humor. She's a fun duck. I like her. So let's go right to the next one. Favorite food and least favorite food. You got any of those you can share with us?
Let's see. I'm kind of... I can be kind of picky. So there's not a ton of stuff that I like. I'll eat a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that I don't like, a lot of things that I do. Honestly, big dessert guy personally.
No way.
I got a sweet tooth. And a local restaurant that I used to work at had a red velvet cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds
at one
good.
point. I love red velvet cake. I love cheesecake, and this one was incredible. So it's basically like a red velvet cake inside a cheesecake.
Oh.
So it's not red velvet flavored cheesecake. It's normal cheesecake with red velvet cake in it. Here, I'll hydrate.
Yes, thank you for the hydrate, Anatis. Really appreciate that. Thank you for looking out for us. Drink water, you lovely individuals. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Anyway, go on with the cheesecake. Yes.
I will say I may or may not have stolen that recipe from the
Huh?
from the place. I may or may not have it on my computer.
Was I about to call you
Um,
Anitas? No, I think I was gonna call you Anatis. I don't think I was gonna call you that. Was I? We'll have to look back on the VOD.
yeah, we'll have to see. Is he exposed or not?
I'm heartbroken. No, I'm pretty sure I called you Anatis. It just yeah. Look back.
Clip it.
Yeah,
We'll have to analyze it.
yeah. I can't remember. I think I said Anatis. I don't think I said Anitas. Anatis. Anatis can sound like Anitas. You know, Anatis. Anitas. Yeah.
True. It's true.
Very close. Anyway, so you stole the recipe.
Yeah, I have a copy of it, and me and my friend actually made it because he is he's a bit of a foodie. Like he is a much more of a foodie than I am. He actually is a trained chef, like Red Seal chef.
Ooh.
So
Okay. So I guess you cooked it to perfection then. It came out
oh, he
successfully.
did a good job. Like I basically just helped because I'm not super great in the kitchen. Oh, nice.
Welcome
Well,
back from being a lurking Larry there, Dark Snake.
Yeah, I'll have to do it again because like it's such an interesting cake.
It sounds interesting. I expected the velvet to be the outside, not the inside.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember. I think it's either on the top or the bottom. You have a layer of cheesecake, and then you have a red velvet cake underneath. And honestly, the cheesecake keeps the cake itself very moist, even though like after a long time, so it stays good pretty well as well.
That's good because if it's a big meaty cake, it'll keep for days. That's nice.
Yeah, because normally like you with cake, you worry it goes like kind of stale and dry, but
All right.
yeah.
Anatis has the proof. Okay.
All right, let's take a look.
Let me take a look at this real quickly. Let's have a look at this.
Me too.
I'm kind of curious. We're gonna take a brief look at this. Anita Anatis.
Give it a second opinion. Hey,
Yes. Thank you for the hydrate, Anita Anatis.
wait.
Ani. Yeah. I said yeah. I started with Ani, but yeah, thank you for looking out for us. Drink water. Yes.
Hydrate?
Yes. Thank you for the hydrate. But that does not necessarily mean I was gonna call you Anitas. I started with Ani and I stopped myself. So there you go.
It's true, but you know, that just means he corrected himself. He was gonna go there anyway.
But remember this though. Anatis, you did send me a duck, and I named her Anita. So that's the thing. No, my heart is broken. Don't be broken, because I very much love that ducky. No, Anatis.
Wow,
you're
what a roller coaster this show has been.
Tell me about it. Yes, you're both
Absolute
ducks.
roller
You're both
coaster.
ducks that I care about very, very much. It's not uncommon that I can mix up two lovely ducklies. Right? Yes, true, yeah. Yes, Anita is a good girl. She really is. So hyped to heartbroken. Oh,
Exactly.
no. I wasn't about to call
Almost
you.
about to call the name of the pet duck.
She ain't a pet. She's a member of the family.
All right, you know what?
Oh gosh. Anatis, I need.
All right.
So okay, let's just say I'm partially in the doghouse here. Maybe not entirely. Will that to be determined? To be determined.
We'll have to get you to a voice call to check on that.
Yes. I am not calling you a pet name, Anatis. No.
I mean, pet name in a good way or pet name in a bad way? Because, like, you could have a
That's true. It could be a cute pet name, but I wouldn't call Anatis Anita because that would just be kind of weird as a pet name. But anyway, no, don't think too hard on that, Anatis. Anyway, so what's so the red velvet cake, delicious. What's a food that stands out? Like you said, you're kind of a picky eater, which is fine. So, but which one stands out to you as something you definitely won't take to, something that you definitely know you don't like? It's kind of
not
like
a fan of onions.
Onions.
Not a fan of raw onions. I don't think that's a very controversial take, but like raw onions, I don't know. My dad gets heartburn from them.
Oh.
So I might be taking on some amount of that. definitely like hate the smell it leaves on my breath, stuff like that. Cooked onions are usually fine though.
All right. Raw onions. Yeah. Jeep is horny. I knew it. My man is barking. Okay, Anatis, you want to see the proof of... If you want to see the actual proof of me being horny, watch Dr. Punika's VOD when he was doing surgery on me. That's all the horny Jeep you'll ever need.
Oh, there's quite a bit of that.
Yeah, Embii was there for it.
I definitely was.
That's all you'll ever need. That one stream, Dr. Punica. I'll DM it to you. Anyway, so let's get into something about your model. How it came to be. Give us the journey of like what inspired you to become a VTuber and brought you here. Let's walk through that. Why would I be horny while having surgery, Anatis? Well, there is a reason. Send help to Jeep.
You know what? You gotta cope somehow, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Somehow. Because he did kill me. The doc did kill me.
True. It's true.
It's kinky.
Good thing you didn't die, though.
Yeah, thanks to Monkey Pumpkin. She used a resurrection squirrel on me. Literally a squirrel that resurrected me from the dead. But let's look at some past...
All right,
let's go into some past trivia for you, Embii, how you came to be.
Honestly, overall, I don't much like I like probably many other people have kind of mixed feelings about like the overall VTuber community, because like and not even that I think it's bad. I don't think a lot of it is bad. I just, if anything, I think that a lot, especially in the earlier days, there was such a heavy focus on anime styled stuff. So like even before I considered being a VTuber, I always like enjoyed seeing random like ideas that kind of broke away from standard anime aesthetics. Even if they had like anime inspiration, because a lot of things do. But there is a difference between that and going like full anime. So like I wanted to start streaming, not specifically to like necessarily for any reason other than to have a platform kind of just to improve like my ability to articulate and speak in front of people, and like honestly like make good stories is one thing that I think I'd really like to be able to do.
Good stories.
So in that sense, I kind of wanted to give myself a platform to be able to do that. I intended originally just to be a streamer, but ultimately, like, I was interested in how the software worked, and that took off with me just figuring out how to make VTubers and making one, then making one again once I liked how that one turned out. And I also made it in probably the most roundabout way, because I, like some of you may know, but not all of you, I am a graphic designer at heart. I went to school for multimedia, but I latched on to the logo making and the graphic design stuff. So the graphic design software, that kind of stuff stood out to me. And like, so I used that same software to make this. It's actually vector. Like it, I have the vector files for this character.
Nice.
And just exported it straight to Photoshop and then into like Live 2D to make it. You're getting, yeah, they're talking about all the horny stuff going on.
Come on, chat. We are here to listen to Embii. That VOD.
No, that's cool too. I appreciate the chaos.
Okay, all right. As long as you appreciate the chaos, that's cool. You're good.
No,
chat.
that's all good, man. It's fine.
All right.
As long as they're having fun.
Yeah, you got a good point. Yeah, have fun there, chat. Do you want to show off your original look?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like we were chatting before the show, and
yeah, Here you go, folks.
Like, yeah, Jeep, yeah, I got him to show. This was my PNG. This was the PNG that I created before this model, before the model I made before this one. And like it had this and it opened its mouth when I talked, closed it when I didn't. And it's just a slight little animation to him just to make it look like I was doing stuff. And he'd just hang out in the corner for a couple streams.
Yep, very.
It was
cute.
a very fun time. And honestly, like, you can tell how little my character changed since this point.
Yep.
Like, I experimented with other stuff. Like, obviously the outfit changed, but the hat really didn't. I just added on to it. And the glasses basically kept the same, but I think I defined the shape a little better. A little bit of changes to the hair. But ultimately, yeah, I had a lot of fun making this little guy.
You did a great job too. And Mimi says, "I love you, Embii. Woo! Thank you, Mimi, for the lovely support."
I appreciate you.
Indeed, Anatis, very, very cute.
I don't know. It was a fun ride. Like, you learn a lot of stuff learning software like that. It's such a deep rabbit hole. The levels that we've come for making these VTuber models.
Indeed, Embii is heckin' cute. Yeah, it's true. You're right about that, Embii. You know, I will say this though, it is slightly on me for DMing the VOD to Anatis. I should have waited.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
I will take responsibility for that.
No, that's fine. It was a funny stream. You all should watch it. It was a great. You should all watch the VOD.
Mimi was in stitches for that one. But let's see here. So that's so for your model, do you have any lore concerning your model? As of this moment.
Not a ton, honestly. Like, I mean, I guess I kind of have an archetype for the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just kind of a wizard who lives up in a wizard tower, is basically it.
Okay.
Like, I always imagined him having, like, just kind of, like, kind of an untold number of different magics at his disposal. Like, if you imagine the guy who just has, who kind of ruffles through spell books, kind of has a spell for almost anything you could want.
Mm-hmm.
And like is kind of just sitting there watching over stuff, you know?
Yeah, kind of cozy.
Just a kind of onlooker kind of character, you know?
Yeah, nice and simple. I like it.
But yeah, for lore, not really yet. I don't know if I ever will. It's never, like, story writing was never really a super big thing for me. So we'll just make it up as we go.
That's a good way to go about it. It also fits a somewhat chaotic motif that you enjoy, which is nice. And also, I like the idea that you did want to come to the streaming platform originally, though, just to somewhat express some creative chops. So that's pretty darn cool. Just to give yourself a platform for that, you know, in a way. Just
like, ultimately, yeah, I personally think if you're looking to stream, you should have a goal besides just making it big or making money or stuff like that.
Sure.
Just like a self-improvement kind of goal, because like then even if you walk out of it, like you decide to pull the plug on your streaming,
mm-hmm.
and you don't end up getting what you initially intended, you can still look at yourself and be like, I improved, like, you know, I got something out of the deal.
Yeah. You put in the full effort, and when you put in full effort, you do get something back, no matter what.
Yeah.
Whenever you stop, as long as you beat the game.
Yeah. And then ultimately you can have a focus as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some people love music. I personally don't have an ear for music. Like, I love music, like we all do.
Mm-hmm.
I love listening to music, but like, that's one of the things. Like, I know you have a singing segment, and that was my main thing against it, was like, it's not even whether or not I have a voice for singing. I just don't have an ear to know when I'm doing things right.
Yep. So as you know, folks, Embii is not singing, but that's okay. Like I said, he knows what he wants to do. That having a focus, like he says, knowing what you're going to go in for, that helps.
And you know what? Maybe my horizons will open. Maybe I'll figure myself out in terms of sound. But One day, maybe.
I'll be there. You better believe I'll be there. I want you to sing on my show. I'll do like a pre-singing segment. Hey, by the way, we're having Embii stop by on the show to sing because I gotta have this man sing for me. He's so beautiful.
Oh, jeez. I don't even know, dude.
I'm just playing. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Anatis says Jeep is gonna be mad at me for wrecking his stream. Send help, Dark Snake. No, Anatis,
no. You wrecked nothing.
You didn't wreck.
You were here. That is just lovely enough as it is.
Yeah, no, for sure. You didn't wreck a darn thing, Anatis. It's always like to have you. Don't stop being you. No, you're good.
Exactly.
You're good. Nah, you're a lovely ducky. You're good, Anatis. For reals.
Yeah.
So here's a fun question that I like to ask. The guests usually have varying responses. Since becoming a VTuber, what surprised you to be difficult, and what surprised you to be easy?
I mean, let's see. I mean, I find like it's difficult. I find it surprising how difficult it is to always hit the stream button. Like, you'd imagine, like, my thought was eventually it just becomes easy to just be like, all right, time to go. Boop. But it's always like, there's always like a little bit of like tenseness right before you hit that button, even though there really doesn't need to be a lot of the time.
Sure.
Because, like, you know, I always wonder about what could go wrong. Like, what haven't I checked? What have I forgotten to do? And ultimately, like, even when I do forget stuff, it's not like it's a big deal, you know? You just fix it. Like,
right.
That's kind of how I've always, like, ran the ship, is like, if something goes wrong, you fix it. And then you don't worry about it anymore. But it's surprising how difficult it is to consistently, like, plan a stream and then just push that button.
I like that take. I never thought about that, because I think sometimes I do tense up a little bit before hitting the button, just a little bit.
Yeah. And ultimately, I think I'm sure that people have answered this before, but just like meeting people is one of the easiest things that I've found. Like, because like, I mean, I was never the most like social person. Mm-hmm. Like, I have friends and I chat with those friends and I love them, and I mean, I hope they appreciate me. I'm sure they do, but you know,
they should. You're
like,
awesome. But anyway,
like, because let's take this back to like the first time I collabed.
Yeah,
it was, if you remember the game Multiverses, the like Universal Studios fighting game with like Bugs Bunny and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When that first came out, I wanted to download it, and you know, because I'm a, like I've told you before, I play Smash, and I wanted to try it.
Thank you, for the. Sorry, I had to say thank you for that. Sorry for looking at horny Jeep. I'm sorry for my sins. No.
All good.
Yeah, keep looking at horny Jeep. Don't worry. Embii just talked to you about the socializing on the first collab with a fighting game.
Yeah,
Multiverse.
But even before going forward with that, actually, I kind of said this out of order. I need to start with probably the most like profound moment of early streaming for me. Because like many early VTubers, a lot of my first interactions came from Twitter. You know, you go around, you find the summoning circles or your please interact, and you just like throw your hat in the ring. You throw your PNG down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I had a couple mutuals at that time, and one of them had put up a summoning circle, and I was like, why not? I mean, we're mutuals, but we've never actually spoken, so
okay. Like
I'm curious what would happen. This VTuber was one that I don't think most people here know. Villaineth.
Do you want to give him a shout out?
VTuber. Sure, why not?
All right. Type the name. Give me the DM me the name so I can give a shout out to this individual.
Yes, I can give you that. Where is my Discord? I'll wait. Well, I'll keep telling the story, but I need to to find the exact. I want to make sure there's no VT or stuff like that.
Right, sure.
Um,
We'll do that at the end of the story. Let's finish the story, and then we'll go back to that.
yeah. So ultimately, like I threw my name or my PNG down, and I received a reply a little while later, and it was now. Here's the craziest part. Like it just struck me. I legitimately still have that tweet saved because it just hit me that hard. So, like, it was a summoning circle, and I just said, "Where am I being summoned today?" And then Villaineth responded, "Embii, I've been having your streams up while working, and I have to say, I really love your artwork. Can't wait to catch future streams." And honestly, that's what you need as a small streamer more than anything, is that. Genuinely made my day, made my week. And like, yeah.
That's fantastic.
At one point, she was streaming Multiverses with a couple other folks, and like I had showed up, and they were, I think they had like an odd number of players. They had like one fewer than what they needed, and I had chatted a little bit before that, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm downloading the game now." And then they were like, "Yeah, no, get them in here." And I just impromptu on that spot got in a Discord chat with them, chatted with them for a bit, like was hella uncomfortable because meeting new people, but
yeah,
like I now am like pretty like decent friends with most of the people who I chatted with at that time.
Wow, and that was your first collab.
That was my first collab. Messy as hell, completely out of nowhere, but honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, the messy kind of scuff stuff, that's how it works, man. That's how friends get made.
Yeah, and plenty of great memories too.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. I like that. That's fantastic.
Like, ultimately, like, I don't know, if you're a small VTuber out there, just
reach out.
Don't be pushy. Don't like respect people's boundaries.
Yeah.
But, ultimately most people are pretty willing to chat with you, at least on Twitter and stuff. And then, take things from there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Take it as you go along. Like you said, experience it. And if you throw it on your hat at any time, you'll have, like you, memories for taking a chance and just going for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the reason that I met you was a pretty long list of stuff, because ultimately the first person in our kind of friend circle who I met was Deja. Yeah, I mean, again, I think I just threw my PNG in a summoning circle and became mutuals, stopped in on the stream, chatted back and forth. I think he stopped in on one of my streams, one of my logo design streams. He asked for a logo from me, and I made his logo. And oh yeah, Anatis too.
Yep, Anatis here. First VTuber we met was Deja. Yeah, Deja does great commissions, so he brings a lot of folks together. Him and Arrow both.
Yeah, and so I made his logo. We chatted back and forth here and there. Like, I've helped him in the past with like fixing stuff up for his stream and stuff like that. And ultimately one like Twitter thread where he tagged about 15 people and had a conversation in there and filled up our notifications, and we all kind of smushed together. That's where I met Suge and like yourself ultimately through that.
Yep.
And Arrow and Mimic and everybody. Mimi.
Yep. Yes.
Anatis, you too.
Yes. That freaking fucking crammed as hell Twitter DMing. I'm back.
He sure was, man. He sure was.
Yeah, I really was horny, Dark Snake. I was Dark Snake. I'm back, and not to break the mood, but Jeep was horny. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like it's ultimately like those are the kind of things that you want as a VTuber. Like don't there's a certain amount of just waiting for people to interact, and there's a certain amount of interacting. But yeah, ultimately it's a weird thing, this interacting with other VTubers are, but the more other people that know you, the more you can kind of like, I hate to say the term throw your weight around, but it kind of is. Like you just kind of like walk up to people and say hi.
It could be a
Like
networking's a good way to
yeah.
put it, though, in its own right. Social networking. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna, it's not just because, one other VTuber that you're gonna walk up on Neander's DMs and start a conversation, but like, it's amazing how much you stop caring about that stuff. Like,
It's true.
You get into the VTuber community thinking nothing but the big names, and then ultimately you come out of it remembering that like the big names already have their own friend groups, and you can create your own.
That's a good wholesome way to put it, and a good takeaway from that. I like that a lot. Dang, I love how you articulate your discussions. I love them a lot. This guy is very, very sweet, isn't he, folks? This is good stuff, and very
Appreciate that.
and a lot of relatability too. I know what you mean. Going into something with one thought, coming out with another, and a lot more meaningful in its own right, but you didn't expect. I mean, you are quite the Chad when it comes to chatting with the groups in our server, the Cringy Sanji server. You just hop right in, and you're right at home, which is fabulous. I love it anytime you show up. So,
Bro, I don't even know. I think at some point I just like, as well, at least in certain Discord servers, armor kind of falls away and you just start just
chilling
being able to chill.
and vibe, yeah.
Like ultimately, I still like, if I were to jump into like a new group of VTubers, I clam up. I have no idea what to say.
Oh sure, no, I totally get that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
new people, yeah, but
It's hard. It's hard. Like, but ultimately, like that's one of the best ways to deal with people as a VTuber is just, it's one thing. It's social, like human connection, social
Yeah.
interaction. It's just it's making it's connecting yourself with other people, and that's been my kind of MO, is learning the goods and bads of that. Because I mean, everybody, you have something in common with almost anybody you can meet, and it's not about anything other than finding that, just finding that one thread.
yeah, making it work and letting it shine.
Yeah.
Yep, head pats for Embii indeed, chat. Yes, Dark Snake is getting
Appreciate
inspired. Yes. See that, Embii? Well, what an effect this guy has. Let's wrap up with one awesome question here for the final round, and then after that, I will promote next week's guest, and then we'll come back to you, Embii, to get us excited for what you have to come up in the immediate future. But for the final question I want to ask you is, of all your streams that you've done thus far, what has been some of your most favorites? Or can you single anyone out specifically? Your streams in particular. Great memory. Explain to us why that one stands out.
All right. I'm gonna have to send you an image for this one.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's get this up, because I can talk a little bit while I'm getting it up. Whoops. So, this kind of also ties into what goes on my streams and what you can look forward to.
Yes.
So every week I do a logo stream. I have a tweet on my Twitter, which I retweet and quote tweet every now and again. And I basically take everybody who replies to that tweet who is a VTuber or streamer. I focus mostly on VTubers, but also streamers. And I'll take a random person from that, and I will make them a logo. Also, you want to explain why you're in a maid outfit?
Thank you, Embii. Yes, Machi, welcome to Machi2, welcome to the stream. Hi, Jeep, why are you in a maid outfit? And also Zeinhardt, ahoy from Chaos. Welcome, Zine. Anatis says, I may now also join Dr. Punika's stream to also be horny. Why am I in a maid outfit? It is a redeem as requested by my lovely mod and wonderful friend, Mimi Fox. So, I owed her, and she requested I have a maid outfit redeem for 750 channel points to turn it on, and 750 channel points to turn it off. And therefore, it has been redeemed, and I am wearing it for the duration of the stream. That is why I'm in a maid outfit.
There you go. So, yeah, ultimately, yeah, I do a logo stream every week, which has also been like one of the high points of my streaming, just because I love making things for people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is the most exemplary point to that, because I made a logo for a certain streamer named The Stars Tide. He is a Floridian pirate, basically, VTuber. I can give you his name if you want to shout him out too.
Yes, we'll shout him out for sure. And you're still getting the image for me, right, to put on here?
Yeah, I have that now.
Excellent, excellent. I'll reveal it when you tell me to, because I think you're building up to it. So.
Okay. So, yes. And here is the image. Basically, I spent the stream making a logo for him. I noticed he was actually streaming before I started my stream, but so I was like, I'll go for it. And I ended up making the logo, and I noticed he was still streaming. So I was like, wow, perfect opportunity. I can raid into him, and
nice.
we can end on that. Perfect. Everything wrapped up perfectly. So I made the logo, and I joined his stream, and like, you know, said hellos and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, okay, so what were you doing? I was like, yeah, I was doing logo stream. And he was like, oh yeah. And he was like, so how'd that turn out? And I DM'd him the logo, the one that I sent you just now. And man, like, the reaction was priceless. So I'm pretty proud of this logo still.
All right, shall I bring it up?
Yeah, show it whenever you got it.
All right, I got it for sure. First, let's acknowledge chat real quick before we show the great big logo.
Yes, do it.
Anatis says, Jeep, I'm gonna eat you. And me and Dark consult ourselves. Jeep, you need to go to horny jail.
All right, well, we'll have to discuss that after stream.
Yep, after stream, and I will be available to talk because it's a weekend, so I'm probably going to join the server. We can all have a fun chat.
Nice, we can all send them to horny jail together.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's the logo that Embii was talking about that he made for the individual on stream while the person was streaming. So, There you go, right here. Stars Tide.
Yeah. So this is the logo I made. I'm still very proud of it. But I sent it to him on stream. He opened it up on stream, and he took a look at it, and like, you could legitimately hear like tears welling up in his eyes as he was like, I can't believe this. And I legitimately, like, I almost cried myself, because, like, yeah, I mean, he kind of went on. He was like, I've been kind of having a rough week. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And, like, ultimately, like, he, you know, he kind of, he said his week was going a little poorly. And genuinely, like, I couldn't help but be proud to say that I was a high point in his week.
It's the truth, like, man, and you were.
Like, there's nothing like it. Like, there's nothing like being able to, like, make somebody almost cry with something you created. And that's ultimately why I do this. Like, so that would have to be my favorite stream.
Wow.
Like, because ultimately, like, whether or not I actually was proud of the logo, it's something about being able to be proud of the way that you made someone feel and own that. Like,
yeah, for sure. Pat yourself on the back for that, and you do, which is good. Sometimes, you know, people don't congratulate themselves enough, and you should congratulate yourself for this. You made a person.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you made a person who's going through a hard time feel good, and it made their day. The chat loves the logo. Indeed, and it was a beautiful thing. It's just one of those moments where something that you are passionate about made someone's heart very warm and helped them through a rough time. That's a good combination right there. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it works, and you made it work, and it stuck the landing. So I'm not surprised today. It was such a great day.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry.
It only takes once. Yeah, you just have one person who you kind of make the day of, and it really just drives you to make more stuff. So
it does. Thank you, Anatis. Yeah. Yes, by all means, yes. She says you're the best, Anatis. You are awesome. I'm proud of you. Continue your hard work. Yes, chat. Yes, Anatis. Yes. Give it up for Embii. Right here, with a great stream.
Thank you, guys.
Give up for my lovely, beautiful guest, hardworking, and as well as helping people feel good and inspiring people. This has been a great show. I just gotta